Hey there, tech enthusiast. Welcome back to Prime Coding. I am Aditya, and in this video, we'll cover the part 2 of MindTree recently asked PYQs and the question which appeared in 2024 batch as well. So, in the previous video, we covered some chunks of that problems, and in this video, you find more sets of new problems. So, without wasting time, have pen paper with you so that you can mark your how many marks you got marking the correct option. So, without wasting time, let's hop it. But if in the future you will appear for any OAS or any interview experience, do let us know through Telegram group, WhatsApp, Instagram, email, DM, or on LinkedIn DM. I would be happy to take your response and share on the YouTube so that your peers and juniors can learn about the company, about their interview experience, and much more. So let's begin with the very first problem. In a programming context, what is API, which is Application Programming Interface, documentation primarily used for? Now, most of the people will relate, okay, API, I stands for interface. So here we have an interface. So just mark it. No, guys. See, to explain how to use an API makes sense. To provide guidelines for coding, no, it doesn't make sense because guideline of the coding is just syntax that you need to follow and put your proper logics. To outline the system architecture, no, it's about the system designing. So yeah, the correct option is C, and +1 mark if you mark this question right. So yes, API documentation provides developer with the necessary information on how to interact with API, including available endpoints, request parameters, and response formats. So if you did this types of web development works, you might know how API works. Now, a user wants to store a collection of unique items. Now, how I can figure it out this? You will get a question related to data structure definitions, because in the previous set, like part 1 of the MindTree solution, in that I saw the same problem regarding the hash map, but here it is demanding for a collection of unique items. So which data structure should they use? So they should use set because it is useful to store the unique items into it. So yeah, set is the right answer. A set is designed to store unique items and automatically handles duplicate, while list and arrays allows duplicates. So +1 mark for your marking the right option, and do let me know how much marks you got in the end of this video so that every people can relate and compare themselves how much they are prepared for. Now, in a web application, which HTTP method is typically used to retrieve data from server? Post, put, get, delete. So name itself tells get, post, and get is the command which will help you to retrieve the data from server. Now, the homework for you, or just let me know in the comment section, what is the status code of server down or server error or file not found, because these questions were repeated. So this is a quick homework problem. You let me know in the comment section. Okay. So now, yeah, get is the right option. So the get method is used to request data from specified resource, while post is used to send the data to the server. Now, let's see a quick definition of one so that this video will help you to cover a lot of more boundaries of that HTTP topic. So, used to send data to the server and create a new resource. For post, put used to update or replace an existing resource on the server. Get used to retrieve the data, same the question asked from us. Delete used to remove a specific resource from the server. Okay, so make a note of it. It may, instead of get, you, if the question came to let us know about the post or delete. Okay, so do that. A programmer needs to ensure that a variable cannot be modified after its initial assignment. Okay, cannot be modified after its initial assignment. So which keyword should they use in Java? See, I personally experienced that it is not specific to any programming language. They can either ask you from Python, Java, C++, oops in Java, oops in C++. But the questions are fairly easy if you are from computer science background. I hope you might studied all these. So yeah, static is not used for constant is not used for, immutable is out of the context. So I know final would be the right answer of this question, where you can't reassign or reinitialize a particular variable. So yeah, final. The final keyword is that Java makes a variable unchangeable after it has been initialized. Okay, so +1 mark again. Now, which of the following is a characteristics of a binary search tree? So BST. So we know that a left, it would be the less than the root, and right would be the greater than to the root. So each node has at most two children, yeah, it makes sense. Nodes are arranged in a linear fashion, no, it would be a skewed tree. All nodes have the same value, no, but it can be, but it's not making sense with the question. It is a type of linked list, but it's not a characteristics of BST. Characteristics of BST is a which has at most two children in their root node. So yeah, each node at most is the children. So binary search tree allows each node to have at most two children, with the left child being less than the parent and the right child being greater than the parent. Okay. A software engineer is debugging a program and finds that a variable is not retaining its value between the function call. Guys, I know what would be the option of it, because something strike into my mind, and I know you also are a brilliant guy. You got the same thing into your mind. But if not, you are lagging behind the practice. But after this question, you will get to know. So what could be the issue? So the variable is declared as local. Yes. If the variable is declared as local, then definitely you will not able to retain the values inside the function calls. So the variable is declared as global. No. A variable is a static. No. An array. No. So the correct option is A. A local variable are created when a function is called and destroyed when the function exists. So they do not retain their value between the calls. So if you are a Python programmer and you study DP, so you might not miss this particular opportunity to mark the right option. So again, the +1 mark for marking this question right. In object-oriented programming, okay, what is the term for a class that cannot be instantiated? Okay, it cannot be instantiated, which cannot be created or reinitialized, I would say. What would be the option? Concrete class. Okay, no, there is nothing like concrete class. Interface cannot be. Static class. No, it cannot. Definitely it cannot. So I think cannot be instantiated, having no codes in abstract class, I can relate according to that. So it might be the A would be the right option, because taking guess is okay, but the guess should not be a whole wild guess. Okay, you should have a good idea of what abstract is, and yes, it makes sense with cannot be instantiated. And yes, the correct answer is abstract class. So an abstract class cannot be instantiated directly, and it meant to be subclassed. Okay, so if you don't know about this topic, if I tell you in this video will be long. So do check it out on W3 schools on GFG somewhere you want to. Now, a developer is implementing a feature that requires data to be stored in key value pair. So this question is repeated from the MindTree first most asked question, and again it's been asked. So I know dictionary would be the right answer of this question. So a dictionary or a hash map in Java designed to store data in key value pairs, allowing for efficient retrieval. Yes, so again, +1 mark for marking this question. Alright. So which of the following is the best describe a deadlock? Okay, in a multi-threaded environment. Okay, multi-threaded environment means there are a lot of threads which is in progress. So which describes a deadlock? Okay, a thread is waiting for a resource that is held by another thread. Okay, so this makes sense, which is 100% sense. Now, a thread is executing but not making progress. No. A thread is terminated unexpectedly. No. A thread is waiting for user input. No. This is not a deadlock condition. Yes, the option A is the right option. As you can see, +1 mark. Again, a deadlock occurs when two or more threads are blocked forever, each waiting for other to release a resource. Let's say there is resource 1, let's say there is resource 2, and resource 1 is waiting for resource 2 to give the access of few resources, then only resource 1 can work. So, and resource 2 is busy with another thread. So this is a deadlock condition where thread is continuously asking the resources, but resource 1 is in need and is not getting the particular resources. And you can create a cyclic graph in which it will be the example of deadlocks. Okay, now what is the primary purpose of a version control system? Okay, to manage software license, to track changes in code, to compile code, to deploy application. Now I saw this version control system and a software came into my mind. Now let me know if there are options like Bitbucket. Okay, so Bitbucket, another option would be GitHub, another option would be GitHub, and another option would be GCP. or another would be AWS. So let me know which is a version control system of out of it, okay, in the comment section. Let me see how much you know. So yeah, option B, to track changes in code, is the right option of this question. So a version control system helps developer to track and manage changes to code over time and facilitating collaboration. Great. A user is trying to access a file that requires elevated permission. Okay, what type of error might they encounter? So elevated permission, which means the particular man or user doesn't have access of the folder that is trying to access. Okay, so file not found exception, access denied exception. Yes, this makes sense. IO exception, no. Null pointer exception, no. So this is not the option. This is not the option. Option B is the right option. And yes, an access denied exception occurs when a user does not have the necessary permission to access a file. So Shandeep, Shubham, Adesh and lot more students recently cracked TCS Digital Prime Essential roles in their career. And you will be the next because they took the mock session and they got n number of fruitful results from that. We have a 99% of success rate. So a detailed technical session, HR and managerial round, you will get around of 1 hour, totally 1 hour on your technical and HR session. After that, your resume review will take 15 to 20 minutes and personalized feedback on your resume, on your mock session, which all criteria, which all areas that you need to improve, whether you are representation or not, whether you will got shortlisted or not. A suggestion for improvement, roadmap, doubt, support, and much more that you require. And expert guidance will be given to you. Just need to head over to primecoding.in. You will find a card of MindTree or something. You can just head over to that and let me know in the comment if it is not there. So after the mock session, you can convert your interview opportunity in the offer letter and make your parents proud. In a relational database, what is the purpose for a foreign key? For a foreign key, okay, to uniquely identify a record, to establish a relationship between two tables, it makes sense, to store large data text, to enforce data integrity. No. Option B is the right option. Yes, a foreign key is used to link two tables together, establishing a relationship between them. Now guys, you might think, okay, I have a less time, do this PPT will be helpful for me. Guys, it will be helpful if you study along with the other topics. Okay, right now as you saw, I asked you about the foreign key concept. Okay, so you can study about primary key, candidate key, super key, so that if question comes, because these are the PYQs and most asked problem, so it may, instead of foreign key, they can ask you about alternate key or something else. So do study that accordingly. Okay, so which of the following is a common use case for a queue data structure? Now queue, we know that it is a FIFO, which is first in first out. So you undo the functionality in application. No, it is not used queue. Task scheduling, okay, it makes sense because in OS, if we see everything which is coming first will get the system or get the resources first. So yeah, it makes sense. Storing unique items, no. Storing unique item, no. Sorting data, no. So these are not the correct options. So task scheduling is the right option. So as you can see, task scheduling, queues are often used to task schedule when tasks are processed in order to arrive in FIFO. Okay, now a developer is using a programming language that supports the first class functions. Now first class functions are those functions which has multiple type of features or characteristics, but here we'll see whether it makes sense or not. What does this mean? Okay, the function can define inside the other function. Yes, it is the trait of first class function. First class function can assign to variable. Yes, it can be assigned to a variable. Function can be passed as argument. Great, it can be passed as argument. So our correct option would be all of the above. And yes, first class function can be derived, defined, assigned, passed around just like another function. So if you don't know about first class function, it can do these types of tasks and much more. So do check that out on the website. Now, what is the main advantage of using a linked list over an array? Faster access time. Do you feel? Dynamic size, easier to sort, less memory uses. What would be the right option of it? If you know about linear data structure and why linked list came into the linear data structure, you will mark option as a dynamic size. And you might argue with me how it can be dynamic size, because in Python you have an array which will be called as dynamic, and in C++ as well. But see, if you don't use vector in C++, then you need to specify the range of the array, because when you are initializing array in other than Python, you can use int array like this, and you need to specify few length of it. Okay, so this is the advantage of linked list over the array. So linked list can grow and shrink in size dynamically, while array have a fixed size. Great. in an web application, which of the following is used to store user session data? Let's say you are on the YouTube watching my video. So what is being stored behind your website, which is cookies? Because when you logged in a new website for the very first time, they will ask you to accept the cookies so that they can share or so that they can store your session data. Okay, so cookies. Now, cookies are used to store the session data on the client side, allowing for stateful interaction. Okay, a developer is implementing a feature that requires the ability to handle multiple tasks. Okay, great. So simultaneously, which programming paradigm should they consider? Programming paradigm means the type of programming language, like say OOPS and other types. So procedural programming, object-oriented programming. So object programming, can you achieve the concurrency? No. Functional programming, concurrent programming, which makes sense, guys. It name itself says it meant to create or do the multitask. So yes, concurrent programming explanation. Concurrent programming allows multiple tasks to execute simultaneously, improving the efficiency. Now, let's check about the procedural programming. Focus on a function that step-by-step instruction, example C. Okay, so this is the right option, but this is the explanation of the rest of the options, so that if in the future you will find about the procedural programming, you can match or you can mark the correct option. So yeah, object-oriented programming, we all know, organized code and around object using principles like inheritance and encapsulation. Example would be Java. Functional programming uses pure functions and avoids shared state. So example would be Haskell. But let me know, guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you mean by pure functions? Okay, so concurrent programming allows multiple tasks to run in parallel. Example, Java multi-threading. So these are the particular examples. Now, which of the following is a common method for preventing SQL injection attacks? So in the interview as well, in the Essential, in your LTI MindTree, you can expect SQL injections problem. So yeah, so using dynamic SQL, no, it is not. Validating user input, it can be, but it is not a solution to prevent an SQL injection attack. So using a prepared statement, which is more technical answer, and it makes sense 100%. So disabling database access, so how the other people can access. So yeah, the correct option of this problem would be option C, as you can see, using prepared statement. Now the next problem will come into your mind is, what is the prepared statement, Aditya? So prepared statement help prevent SQL injection by separating SQL code from data. Okay, how? As you can see, this is the example of unprepared structure, in which you are designed, or you said instead of random order, it may be some user 1 or it may be the user 2. You are not specific with it. But in the prepared statement, as you can see, unprepared statement, as you can see, you have written, okay, whatever data we have here, you just need to fill it here, which looks like an unprepared data. But here you have a specific user ID which can only access your database. Other than user ID 1, no one is allowed to access your database. Now, cursor.execute, select star from user where ID is a question mark, then user ID will be given to you, which is a specific one-to-one operation which will ensure your data integrity and data security. So this is the example of a prepared statement. So please, if you're watching till now, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, because it takes a lot of effort to find these problems and just present you for you all. So like button is just free for click. Subscribe is also, do comment down all the homeworks that I'm giving you, so that with this video you will learn a lot of topics which will indirectly help you for tomorrow exams. Okay, a developer is tasked with improving a performance of a web application. Okay, which of the following techniques could be effective? Minifying CSS and JavaScript file? No. Increasing a server RAM? It can be the solution, but it is not that. It will be cost efficient. You should take a cost efficient option always. Using a CDN? All of the above. So as we don't need to select a specific option, we have an all of the above option. So do check that out, because all of the option is the right option. Okay, now all of these techniques, as I said, improve web application performance by reducing load times and optimizing resource uses. Now make sure that it may be they will give you a keyword which can say cost efficient or must this type. So do check that particular option which is appropriate with the question. Okay, do read the question, very alertiveness. Okay, now in an hierarchy, class hierarchy, if class B inherits from class A, what is class A referred to as? Superclass. Very easy. The class B is extents of a class A. So this is called class A should be a superclass as a right option. Yeah. So class A is a superclass, class B, which is a subclass, which is a child class. Okay. A developer is using a programming language that does not support garbage collection. What must they do not do to manage memory? Use a memory pool. Yeah, it can be the option. Memory pool will definitely help you to reduce or not support the garbage collection. Use manually free memory. Yeah, this can be the one of the option which we usually opt in C++, where we use delete. How I got this from the mindtree one sheet that I created the video, in that you can see this was the option. One of the option is related to the memory free or the garbage collection as well. So see, that particular stuffs, they are creating a new questions, but the topics are the same, but they ask you the new stuffs around them. So you need to study around all these stuffs that were asked in this video and in the previous video. So use smart pointers. No, it is not that option. So both A and B is the right option, guys. So yeah, +1 mark. Again, how much marks you got till now? Please calculate it. Let me know in the comment section. So both A and B. In languages without garbage collection, developer must manually manage memory, including allocating and freeing it. Great. Which of the following is a benefit of using an API in a software development? What is the use of API, guys? Basically, API is a pre-built structure from let's say a partner side or a public site or a private site, which supports, like a ChatGPT has everything written. You just need to take their API and you can use their services very easily. Don't you think you get an advantage of not writing the code again? Yes. So let's see. Increase complexity? No. Improved security? No, because question is not about security. Code reusability? Yes, this makes sense because a company already wrote a stuff of code and they're just providing you the API where you just need to put request and you will get a request. That's it. Now, so yeah, reusability would be the right option. So API allows developer to reuse existing code and services, prompting efficiency and reducing redundancy. Now, which of the following described polymorphism in object-oriented programming? We know that polymorphism means in many forms. So let's see. A function with a multiple parameters, it's a type of polymorphism. The ability to take many forms. So this makes sense. More than the option A, B makes sense. A type of inheritance, no. A method cannot be overridden, no. Now, B is the right option of this question. Ability to take many forms. The polymorphism allows method to do different things based on the object they are acting upon. Typically achieved through method overriding and interface implementation. So this is a definition of polymorphism. But if you got the polymorphism question in this video, you can find the next type of question in your online assessment as well. Like say, what are the two types of polymorphism? What do you mean by overloading? What is the correct option of an overloading example? What is the correct option of an overriding example? So do studying that as well. In a web application, what does the acronym REST stands for? We all know that. Representation state transfer. Yes, the right option is representational state transfer. REST is an architecture style designing network applications, emphasizing stateless and communication and use of standard HTTP methods. Now, a software engineer needs to create a new object based on a template. So template is already there, which is also called a class. Which concept of object-oriented programming should they use? Everyone knows this question. I know in few milliseconds to mark the right option, which is inheritance. Let's see. Yeah, inheritance is the right option. Again, +1 marks. Inheritance allows you a new class, child class, to inherit attributes and methods from an existing class, parent class, serving as a template for creating objects. Now, in a multi-threaded application, what is the potential consequences of a race condition? I know you studied from mindtree one video the same condition, but here the options are different. And if you did some homework in the mindtree one, you will definitely do this question in without a second. So right option of this question would be data corruption will help you to prevent the race condition. So race condition occur when multiple threads access shared data simultaneously, leading the unpredictable results and potential data corruption. So please do focus on data corruption. What do you mean by it? How it prevents a data race condition, so that if in future you find the same or similar questions regarding the race condition, you can mark it up. Because in both of the video, I found two race condition problems. So it is the chance that you will get the same problem in your online assessment as well. Now, a developer is writing a program that needs to handle errors gracefully. Which programming construct should they use? Okay, loops, conditional exceptional handling, recursion. I know the right option is exceptional handling. Now, exceptional handling is basically used to conquer or to prevent the errors. Okay, the errors handling allows programmer to manage errors and exceptions in controlled manner, ensuring that the program can respond appropriately without crashing. Okay, great. Now, what is the primary purpose of a load balancer in a web application architecture? If you are from CSE and you might study cloud computing, this question is just a cakewalk. To store your user session, no, it is for cookies. To distribute incoming traffic across the multiple servers, it makes sense. To cache static content, no. To manage database connection, no. So C and D is not the option. A is not the option. So B is the right option. And let's see, yes. A load balancer ensures that no single server become overwhelmed with its request by distributing traffic evenly across multiple servers and improving performance and reliability. Great. Which of the following is used to define contract for classes in Java? Okay. Which one is defined to use contract classes in Java? Class, inheritance, abstract class, enum. Do you feel the answer is enum? No, the answer is not enum. The correct option is interface. So class, a blueprint of creating object in Java. As you know, I will not explain class a lot. Interface, a contract that specify a set of method that a class must implement, but abstract cannot. A class cannot be instantiated on its own, may contain abstract method as well. So enum, a special type of Java used to define a collection constant. Why I said enum? Because most of the people see a new option in the four of them, they usually mark that. But be specific with the definition, guys. Interface would be the right option of this particular problem. Now, in the context of software development, what does CI/CD stands for? If you have a ChatGPT premium with you, you might mark this question very right and very quickly. You can find that in the given description. There's a link. You just need to register that. You will get a Gemini Pro subscription for free, Google Cloud subscription for free. So do check that out. A continuous integration and continuous development, which makes sense. So this is the correct option of this problem, because improvement doesn't make sense, critical doesn't make sense, and centralized doesn't make sense. So yeah, A is the right option in this question. CI/CD refer to the practice that automate the integration and deployment of code changes, improving deployment efficiency and reducing the deployment risk. So yeah, this is the right option. So if you want to prepare for TCS and QT, playlist is already created and number of sheets problems are available for you. So you can just head over to that and prepare for it. And Accenture continuously uploading today at 5 p.m. Also, I have uploaded a video on 5th of September OA assessment question. You can just watch that out so that you can easily clear or crack your Accenture placement, as whatever sheet that I created, all the questions are coming from that. So do check that out. And MindTree playlist is being in touch continuously. So let me know when is your exam in the description. If you have exam on 10, 12, 15, if the quantity of students are a lot, then the part 3 of this video will definitely come. For that, you just need to hit 200 likes, and I will come up with a new set of problems which also include some pseudocodes and much this types of questions as well. So thanks for watching. If you're watching till now, do consider subscribing this channel, like this video, share with your friends so that they can also prepare for their MindTree on campus placement, right? So we'll meet you with a new video soon.